This is meteorologist Mark Molnar. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Northeastern. I want you to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button so you're alerted when I come out with these updates. There's a lot we have to talk about here. I am working on my Hurricane 2021 outlook, so watch for that shortly. That's been big over the last couple of years, especially last year with the record-breaking season. And also, we're going to take a look at several things upcoming here with low pressure across the Gulf Coast and into just north of the Bahamas and eventually out to Bermuda this weekend into early next week. This could obtain some sort of tropical connection or even tropical characteristics. And could this be a precursor of an early start to the tropical season? That remains to be seen, but it's something to watch. Also, a big cool down here across the east, especially the northeast this weekend, and then the big warming trend for next week. Let's get right into it, shall we? First of all, we're going to take a look at the low pressure system that's going to move across the Gulf Coast. It'll originate into Oklahoma and Texas later on Friday into Saturday morning as it moves across the Gulf Coast by Saturday at noon. Look at that as it's moving across the Florida Peninsula, spreading about anywhere from 1 to as much as 3 inches of rain. Exits across the northern Bahamas where we'll have some low impacts as well. But then it moves towards the direction of Bermuda where we could have some moderate impacts, some big wave action along with some wind gusts over 40 miles per hour. And rainfall in the 3 to 5 inch range. This system could obtain some sort of tropical connection as well as obtain some sort of tropical characteristics. Now, I don't believe this is going to be the first named storm of the season, so let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But this system has the potential to bring in some sort of tropical element here, and as it zooms to the northeast, it could eventually impact and have some low impacts here on Newfoundland up here. So let's get right into the rest of the model plots here. And here's the model plots. This takes us from Saturday, Sunday into Monday. As you can see, we're not going to have an East Coast impact here. It's basically going to be Florida as the system moves across the area. Very good model consensus out of this. This is good to see as the envelope is really tight here, even further out into Sunday and Monday here. Bermuda is going to be impacted by this. It is remained to be seen, especially the GFS Canadian, hinting at some sort of tropical element here, especially between the Bahamas and Bermuda. But right now, that remains to be seen. We'll have to see how this system evolves once it gets past Florida. But it is interesting to see that this system could develop some sort of tropical, even at this early in the game, some tropical connection, let alone some tropical characteristics. So let's take a look at the temperature, this cool down followed by a big warm up. I'm going to show you the NAO index quick here. I don't normally show you this graph, but you can see most of the winter we've been negative. We only got positive as of late. We are going to briefly dip below into the negative here, hence the colder air and more wintry pattern. We'll bounce back up to positive during that warming trend on the second week of March, but look at that towards mid-March. Things get stormy again here as we head towards 0 or even potentially negative. Here, the temperature anomaly map here across North America. This is taken from the GFS. The Canadian and the Euro is very similar, thanks to tropical tidbits here. Look at the big cold shot here initially. As we put the map into motion here across the northeast, the deeper blues and the purples signify the most intense cold. But look at this. We get into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week towards the end of the frames here. And this is where we really get into a big warming trend. The anomalies from northern plains and south central Canada push across the east, especially the northeast, getting well above normal, and even into the southeast. And then we take it through the middle of the end of next week into a little bit of the following week. You can see those big temperature anomalies, those deeper pinks and fuchsia colors slowly and fading away to reds, yellows, and eventually down into the blues here across the northeast again. So we see a big cool down occurring here across the east, and it intensifies into the following week, that week of March 14th and 15th here. Snowfall across the east part of North America here. We're mainly confined here across much of southeast Canada. We do have some bigger snow totals here pushing across northern New York, especially the northern Adirondacks, and into northern Vermont and extreme northern New Hampshire and northern Maine here. For the most part, the big snows will be into southeast Canada and eastern Canada here, where 6 to 8 inches or more is possible. But we'll see up to 1 to 3 inches southward towards Syracuse, the Tug Hill Plateau, and as much as 2 to 5 inches here across the North Country into the northern Adirondacks. Ice accumulations across eastern North America are not going to be a factor, at least through pretty much this weekend, even into most, if not all, of next week. Precipitation totals here across North America. The big deal here is going to be across Florida and the Gulf Coast, with that low-pressure system riding along it from Friday, Saturday, and into early Sunday before exiting off the coastline and heading towards Bermuda. Here across the West Coast, we will be dealing with some more storminess than we have seen, with a lot of mountain snow and valley rain. And here across the Northeast, that's where we'll see some of the residual snow showers, especially off the lakes this weekend with the cold air. The jet stream upper level flow pattern across North America. Polar vortex holding tough. This takes us through pretty much the weekend into extreme early next week before this lifts out. Polar vortex will be a thing here across the Northeast Friday, Saturday, especially into Sunday, Saturday being the coldest day. And, of course, you see that pattern across the southeast really pushing a coastal low out to sea here, and keeping it away from the U.S. East Coast and potentially becoming some sort of tropical characteristics as well. Well, it remains to be seen. We'll see how that plays out. But you see that polar jet really riding south here across the eastern part of North America here. That pretty much signifies, of course, NAO index this weekend goes briefly negative, and we have bigger storms out west here. Let's get right into the forecast. Here's the trouble spot map. This is what I like to refer to as trouble map. Look at this. I don't really have anything to talk about on this map. We're no large scale areas. Of course, we'll be dealing with northwest winds 15 to 25 miles per hour this weekend, but for the most part, I'm not really looking at any severe sort of weather here. No severe winter weather either. There's the zoomed in snowfall map. Here across the Northeast, the big story will be some lake-enhanced snowfalls here across the eastern Lake Ontario region, anywhere from like 1 to 3 inches here from the northern Finger Lakes, the Tug Hill Plateau, and then some bigger snows, 2 to 5 inches here in the northern Adirondacks, with some enhancement behind a big low pressure system to the northeast here, up just to the north of Nova Scotia. And then here across northern Vermont and New Hampshire as well. And the zoomed in ice map here across the Northeast. This is also a non-factor. No freezing rain is expected through next week. And some viewers sent in photos and videos. John from the Mount Washington, New Hampshire area. Traveling along the road here, up to 3 inches of snow had fallen. Nice captures here, John, from the New England area of Mount Washington, New Hampshire. Nice captures. And your Friday. Don't let the sun fool you here. Look at this, wall-to-wall sunshine. However, look at that cold front slicing here across Pennsylvania and New England. That's going to bring the howling wind. So some of these temperatures you see here, we're basically going to be looking at a lot of these being the morning highs and then tumbling temperatures throughout the day as northwest winds kick in from the northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour plus. So there you have it. A first shot of cold air for the weekend, just to welcome you as you get out for your 5 p.m. shift or whatever time you get out. That's what we're looking at here. Here it is, Saturday, the coldest day of them all. Look at that, 2 cold fronts on one map. You get 2 for 1. You get the one slicing across southern Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and then you get the other one up here into northern New York, pushing cold air blasts to the south. And look at that. Lots of sunshine, but there'll be a lot of wind in the area as well. Temperatures struggling to get out of the 20s in most areas. And here's your Sunday. Once again, don't let that sun fool you. We don't have a cold front on this map, but we do have some of those continued lake-enhanced snow showers downwind of Lake Ontario here early Sunday morning. Quickly gives way to sunny skies. We'll start to see a slackening of the wind, so at least we won't have those blasting winds come after noon and Sunday, so you'll actually get just a chilly, sunny day here across the Northeast. And Monday across the Northeast. Look at that. It's like somebody snapped their fingers here. Look at this. Warm front moving across the Great Lakes. Look at that. Pushing those 40s and even 50s here from Erie, State College, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh. 40s dotting their way eastward here. Wall-to-wall sunshine. This is going to feel a lot more like spring. And, of course, I don't go further on the maps here, but next week is going to be a real treat for many of you that have been waiting for some warm weather. But don't get used to it. Take a look at my hometown viewers, upstate New York, northeast Pennsylvania, upper Susquehanna region of New York, and northeast Pennsylvania from Binghamton to Scranton. Let's take a look here. And here it is, Friday through Tuesday. Look at that. Wind, wind, and wind the first 3 days. You'll be dealing with winds gusting out of the northwest 15 to 25 miles per hour. Look at that. Even some scattered snow showers for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, look at that. We don't even make it to 25. Only 23 for your high. Look at those overnight lows in the lower teens. Look at that. Monday morning, we do have to deal with an 8-degree, a single-digit one with those normally colder valleys and the clearing and the radiational cooling taking effect. But look at that. The warm front pushes through later in the day on Monday, getting up to 43. And look at that. By Tuesday, up to 53 and a low near freezing. That's amazing. We haven't seen that in quite some time. Enjoy it, because the following week won't be such a walk in the park. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Northeastern. Don't forget, I am coming out with my hurricane outlook shortly. Also, don't forget to like me on Facebook, MeteoMark, Weather Northeastern, and Hurricane Northeastern. In Twitter, it's WX Northeastern, MeteoMark.com, and WeatherNortheastern.com. And always hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button so you get notified. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video. Also, if you need a question or comment in the comment sections down below, go right ahead.